My name is Gardner. Everybody calls me Lou, which is my middle name, White. I spent 29 years in the service, 8 years in the Marine Corps, and 21 years in the Army. I had a short tour in civilian life, but it didn't last long. But I was I had big or high ambitions until I started learning until I was aware that I wasn't gonna learn. Then I said, well, the military might take me. And one day I was walking down the street and I saw a Marine recruiter. And I started dreaming about how I would look in the dress blues. So I went down and talked to the Marine recruiter. And lo and behold, next thing I know, I was in Paris Island, South Carolina. And I spent my boot camp down there. And then I got shipped to. No, I went to Camp Lejeune and then I went to Korea. And that was my first tour in Korea. I think down there at boot camp was worse than anything you ever trained for. But drill sergeant used to say, I'm going to teach you how to come back alive. Keep your head down. And then when I got sent over to Korea, I see what he was talking about. Bullets were flying everywhere. I thought, oh Lord. Yeah, I went in 28th June 1954. I remember going to boot camp. We went by train, and I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we were going down by train to Paris. You'd stop at the little train station, and there was this big sign on the window, colored only. And I grew up in a neighborhood that we were the only colored in there. Everything else was Italian, and they were all related. So I, I was a little displaced, colored only. What's going on here? Uh, but I soon got adjusted. When I got to Paris Island, there was no colored only sign up there. And that drill sergeant didn't care who you was when he was training you, but he did train you, and I thank goodness. So, after and then when I got sent to Korea, I was glad I had gone to the Marine Corps because I didn't really want to go back to war. I didn't know nothing about war and everything else. And one of the reasons I went to, I was going to go to college when I got to school down there, and when I got to school before I went there, I thought to myself, now this is not what school is supposed to be like. So that's when I decided I'm going to Marine Corps. I'm not the Marine Corps, but I'm going to the military anyway. When I got out of Marine Corps, I got a job with a natural gas company back in Pittsburgh. So they had a policy that if there was an opening, you could go up and apply for the job. There was a job opening for a meter reader, and I went up and applied for it. Well, the personnel director told me I didn't qualify. And I looked and frowned at him, and I don't understand this don't qualify deal. And I'm working in payroll or accounts payable. And so I says, well, let me explain you how a meter reader's job works. So he has a book. He goes up to the side of the house, looks at the meter. All the information he needs about that meter is in that book. And all he has to do is copy the numbers that are on that meter in that book and move on to the next house. So Charlie Hoey told me, I'm the personnel director, and I said you don't qualify. So I shook my head and I looked at him and I said, okay, let me tell you something. So see that front window over there? He said, yes. I said, that's up on the 14th floor. You don't have a parachute. And if I throw your butt, I didn't say butt, but yeah, if I throw you out through that glass window and you land on that concrete down below you, it's going to be a big whop. I could fire you. I said, no, you can take this job, this building and everything else and jam it you know where. I quit. That was my military tact. I don't know. I had a whole lot of best days. And, my best days were probably when I was in Germany. Because I had a German labor service group that worked for the military, and I had 14 of the labor service that worked in. So that's where I picked up on the German language. And it's easier for me to learn German than it is for them to try to, or for them to try to speak the American language. So that's the way that worked out. I, for me, that means that I spend my time in the military. And I went and did my, work, participated in wherever my duty was. And to see the world in the light it is right now, politics are all confused. The United States is trying to be the peacemaker all over the world, and hopefully they don't get in another war. But to me, I served my time, but sometimes I wish I could get over there and get these politicians together. Especially that one party, I thought I'd be a hit knocker. But I'd never be a politician anyway. Well, Veterans Day is next month, and also we have some construction coming around here, and they have some Marines coming down from Bangor. So I was just telling Matt this morning, I said, we got to find a CD around here with the Marine Corps hymn because it's also a Marine Corps birthday. And when they come in, play, since I work the front desk up there, play the Marine Corps hymn and mess with them too. But, it'd be nice because we used to have Marines come in on Marine Corps birthday. But then that virus started out and everything stopped. And right now, I don't know what's going on. And in some respect, I'm glad I'm in here and not out there. And the only thing I miss is my family. And I got a wife down in Lacey, and I miss her because she can't drive. But I hear her every day because she dingwalls me every day. So I don't know why you're up there because you're never in your room. Well, like that, but I got an answering machine on that phone over there, and you can bet there's a word in there, a word of tech. When I first got out of service, I went to work in corrections over in Sheldon. So I worked over in the prison over there for a long time, and I was always wondering, when I was going to change the color of my badge. Staff wore blue badges, and the other people wore the green badges. And so I said, they had a unit over there called Intensive Management, IMU. That's why they were hiring personnel that were retired. Because they said, but you people deal with everybody, all kinds. So I don't know about dealing with all kinds, but I I try to make it so that I can get along with you, or I don't have to get along with you at all, or I can be honorier than you can. So yeah, that's life.